viewers, welcome back, and we'll continue our major fields in psychology. Clinical psychology is a branch of psychology concerned with the assessment and treatment of mental illness, abnormal behavior, and psychiatric disorders. It can be defined as assessment, treatment, and study of human behavior in the context of biological, psychological, and social behaviors. Clinicians often work in private practices, but also work in community centers or at universities and colleges. Others work in hospital settings or mental health clinics as a part of a collaborative team that may include physicians, psychiatrists, and other mental health professionals. Cognitive psychology is a branch of psychology that focuses on internal mental states such as motivation, problem solving, decision making, thinking, and attention. Cognitive psychologists who work in this field often study how people think, learn, and remember. It focuses on people's mind, including perception, attention, language, memory, thinking, and consciousness. Cognitive psychologists often use information processing models to describe how the mind works, suggesting that brain stores information and processes like a computer. Developmental psychology focuses on how people change and grow throughout life. The scientific study of human development seeks to understand and explain how and why people change throughout life. Developmental psychologists often study things such as physical growth, intellectual development, emotional changes, social growth, perceptual changes that occur over the course of lifespan. This field examines changes across three dimensions: physical development, cognitive development, and social emotional development. This field covers a huge range of topics, including everything from development to Alzheimer's disease. Experimental psychology is a branch of psychology that utilizes scientific methods to study and research the brain and behavior. Many of those techniques are used by other areas in psychology to conduct research on everything from childhood development to social issues. Experimental psychologists work in a wide variety of settings, including colleges, universities, research centers, government, and private business. Experimental psychology is the type of psychology who uses scientific methods to collect data and perform research. Experimental psychology explores an immense variety of psychological phenomena ranging from learning to personality to cognitive processes. Industrial organizational psychology is a branch of psychology that applies psychological principles to research on workplace issues such as productivity and behavior. This field, also referred to as eye of psychology, works to improve productivity and efficiency in the workplace. Research in eye of psychology is also known as applied research because it seeks to solve real-world problems. Eye of psychology studies topics such as worker attitudes, employee behavior, organization process, and leaderships. Neuropsychology is a branch of psychology that is concerned with how the brain and the rest of the nervous system influence a person's cognition and behaviors. More importantly, professionals in this branch of psychology often focus on how increases are enough of the brain after cognitive functions and behaviors. Cognitive psychologists evaluate and treat people with various types of nervous system disorders. They work closely with doctors, including neurologists. Illness, injuries, and rest of disease, brain and nervous system can affect the person feels, thinks, and behaves. Positive psychology is the scientific study of the strengths that enable individuals and communities to thrive. The field is founded on the belief that people want to lead meaningful and fulfilling lives, to cultivate what is best within themselves, and to enhance their experiences of learn, work, and play. Positive psychology is a scientific approach to studying human thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Focus on, instead of weakness, building good in life, instead of repairing the bad and taking the lives of every person up to great, instead of focusing solely on moving those who are struggling up to normal. Positive psychology focuses on positive events of life. Positive events, experiences, institutions. Social psychology seeks to explain and understand social behavior and looks at diverse topics including group behavior, social attention, leadership, nonverbal communication, and social influence on decision making. Social influences on behavior are major interests in social psychology, but social psychologists often focus on how people perceive and interact with others. School psychology is a field that involves working in schools to help kids deal with academic, emotional, and social issues. School psychologists also collaborate with teachers, students, and parents to help create a healthy learning environment. Most school psychologists work in elementary school and secondary schools, but others work in private clinics, hospitals, state agencies, and universities. Some go to private practices and serve as consultants, especially those with doctorate degree in school psychology.